What's going on, guys? For those of you who have been living under a rock, these last couple of days, as a lot of you know, there's been a lot of Wii 2 rumors, popping up. And there's really, like this whole year since 2011, even since 2010, there's always been like a bunch of Wii 2 rumors. Like back in 2010, it was talking about how it's going to have Blu-ray, support 1080p, yada yada. But these last couple of days, and even a couple of weeks ago, the internet's really exploded with all these Wii 2, rumors from sites like IGN, Hip Hop Gamer. But the magazine that really sparked this all was Game Informer, and from their reliable sources, quoting that, it's going to be announced at E3 2011, and it's going to be released in fall 2012. Now, that part of all the rumors, I believe, because all the rumors say the same thing. But all the other things that everybody is saying, not too sure about. Excuse me, not too sure about because they're all conflicting reports. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, I definitely think that actually the Wii 2 actually will be announced at E3 2011. And to my fellow Nintendo fans, like I know a lot of you don't like this, which I just don't get. Like why are you guys upset that this rumor is going around? Like I can understand, some of you are comfortable with this generation right now, but I mean, a new Nintendo console, to me, all that means is new Nintendo games. You see what I'm saying? I care less about the hardware and what's going to do and stuff. To me, a new Nintendo console means new Nintendo games. Therefore, I'm excited and I want it. And the release date and everything, and the fact that it's gonna be announced at E3, it kind of falls in line with, with everything that's going on because there's a price drop happening next month. Matter of fact, I think like Best Buy and Kmart they already actually did the price drop. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but yeah, a lot of stores have already done like $50 price drops. So that kind of price drop about to announce a new system, that kind of goes hand in hand, you see. And then also you guys notice, the lack of first party Nintendo titles. Now, Xenoblade and Last Story, yeah, all those games are owned by Nintendo, but Nintendo just had, published those games. But all those games are, made by, second parties. You see what I'm saying? So basically, really like the only Nintendo game coming out is Skyward Sword. Don't know about that Kirby game because they haven't get a release date or even what platform that's on or anything. But like I said, most of these Wii titles coming out are just titles published by Nintendo, but not actually developed by Nintendo's inner teams like Nintendo, the core Nintendo. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people are saying the reason behind that is the fact that they're working on games for the Wii 2, which makes sense. So if you put those things together, it does kind of make sense that the Wii 2 is coming soon. But also I went and did some like 5-minute research, and I looked at the timeline between like the handhelds and the consoles. And I noticed that a new Nintendo console will come out 1 year, or even sometimes even the same year that a new handheld is released. I didn't memorize this and I don't have it written down or anything, but I know like the Game Boy, the SNES like came after the Game Boy, and then the N64, Game Boy Advance, GameCube, DS. The DS was released in 2004, and the Wii was hinted at in 2004 and then announced in 2005, and then released in 2006, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, you guys see what I'm saying. Usually, when a new Nintendo handheld comes out, a new console comes out either 1 or, like 1.5, years later. Go look it up. It really is like set that way. And of course, it's been 5 years and Nintendo has always followed that, 5-year timeline. Although this time it may be 6 years, which makes sense because, although the Wii doesn't have as much as the PS3 and 360, it still has been somewhat, upgradable. They were able to download firmware updates, stuff like that. So that's probably why that it's been, it's going to be more than 5 years. It's going to be 6. The rumored name for the Wii 2 is called, Project Cafe. And this actually, I saw a lot of people griping about the name, but that actually kind of gets me excited if that really is the name. Because guys, Nintendo, they're the kind of people whose names actually mean something. The code names, you see what I'm saying? So cafe. When you think of a cafe, what do you think about? No, I'm not talking about coffee. If you think about a cafe, it's somewhere where people go. They socialize. There's a bunch of people everywhere. You're talking to your friends at a table. So if Wii 2 really is called Project Cafe, I think that means that Nintendo is, trying to get serious about online and social gaming and stuff like that. So that's what I think, Project Cafe kind of means if that is, what the name really is. I hope that is what the name is because that would mean that, like I said, they're trying to push, online and, social interaction online, which is really what they need to do. And the thing about Nintendo is, they admit when they crap up. And Reggie and Iwata, however you pronounce it, however people want to pronounce it, they have admitted, numerous times, we're not doing that great of a job online. And when a company admits something like that, 9 times out of 10, they'll correct it the next time, they come around. The rumored specs, there's a bunch of conflicting reports about the specs, but if I would have to go with one of the reports, I would have to go with the reports that Game Informer first came out with, because Game Informer was the first one to start this big explosion of all these Wii 2 rumors. And what I think is that a lot of these sites and other magazines have just come along and just just made up random crap and just thrown it in there to try to get hits. You see what I'm saying? But I think if anyone was to be, the most reliable, it would have to be what Game Informer has gone with, since, they were the first ones. All these other people just really kind of jumped on the bandwagon. And you can see they could just be trying to get hits and stuff like that, joining in on all this rumoring. So that's what I think is happening with a lot of these sites and everything. But like I said, if I had to believe somebody, it would be Game Informer. And the reliable sources that came from Game Informer was that it was quote significantly stronger than the 360 and the PS3. And it said the guy said Nintendo is getting it right this time. They're trying to reclaim the hardcore market. Which I kind of believe that because, hip hop gamer guys, even I know a lot of you don't like them, but sometimes that do be getting inside information, I swear. But hip hop gamer, like three weeks ago, a month ago, like somewhere around there, he said like kind of the exact same things that Game Informer's report said. He also said that they're coming out with a stronger machine, a real next gen machine, and it's going to be. By real next gen, I mean it's going to be a 720, PS4 is going to be on that level. It's not going to be on par with PS3 360, you know what I'm saying? And he said that they're going to try to reclaim the hardcore market. So I actually kind of believe that. But a lot of people are saying, some people have said it's going to use the the AMD, the Radeon 700 series. I don't think I have that right, but it's the R700 series. Yeah, the R700 series. And some people are saying it's going to use the AMD Trinity. And basically, and I think that's a fairly new CPU, I think. Matter of fact, they announced that last year in November 2010. So if the Wii 2 were to use that, it'll be a fairly new processor, which means that it's going to be pretty dang strong. And guys, I'm not big on the whole, technical things, I don't know about the numbers. I don't know exactly what the numbers mean. But based off what I read, like I understand that AMD Trinity supports, DX11, all 3 cores. Some people are saying it supports, the Wii 2 is going to have 3 cores. Some people are saying it's going to have 4 cores. And there's even some people out there saying it's going to be 2 cores. Don't know about that, but from what I've read, based off what I read, the AMD Trinity, it's a pretty strong CPU. Some people have said it's going to support at least 512 MB RAM. And a lot of people started bashing Nintendo for that. When firstly it's just a rumor, guys, so it's not official. And the report said at least. So who knows? But if you're talking about the AMD Trinity, that supports that has 1 gigabyte GDDR5. Like I said, guys, I don't know about all this stuff. This is just some things I read quickly because I don't have time to research this stuff for hours, stuff like that. But basically, guys, if it does use the Trinity, basically from based off what I've read from other people and from official reports of it, it's gonna be like a leap above the PS3 and 360 based off what I read. But yeah, of course, it's just a rumor. Take all this with a grain of salt. That doesn't mean the Wii 2 is gonna be automatically that stronger. Honestly, I don't really care. Like if the Wii is as strong as the PS3, I'll be fine. Honestly, don't need graphical capabilities of whatever the PS4 and 720 had, because I mean, guys, like Battlefield 3 is being done on consoles. Like, why would you need better graphics than Battlefield 3? You see what I'm saying? And Crysis 2, like, I don't need graphics better than that. Really, you see what I'm saying? I mean, I'm fine with the graphics that we has now. Of course, next generation, I want better graphics than that. But you see, like, Killzone 3 graphics, Uncharted 3 graphics, Crysis 2, Battlefield 3 PC, that's fine. I don't need any system that could do better graphics than that. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't need that. Let me check the time on here. 11 minutes. Now let's talk about the controller. The reports about the controller are kind of conflicting too, because some of these sources that these sites are talking about are saying that it has an improved motion controller. But at the same time, there's other sites saying that it's more of a standard gaming pad with a 6-inch HD screen in it and a front-facing camera with, shoulder buttons, dual analog sticks, everything. But with the touchscreen, a HD 6-inch touchscreen, and a camera in it. And some infrared sensors on there or something like that. So, those reports are kind of conflicting too, because some people are saying it's a motion controller, while other people are saying that it's just a standard controller. Now, if it is this little 6-inch touchscreen in the controller thing, I think that's what Nintendo would be trying to do is a Dreamcast type thing. And a lot of rumors have said that you're going to be able to stream your Wii 2 games to the screen on the controller. So let's say you're playing up here on your Wii 2 in your room, and you go downstairs and you can stream the game on your controller. So you can just start playing downstairs. And what would be really cool about that is that you don't have to worry about playing split screen anymore, because if you've got 4 controllers that have screens in them, you don't have to worry about screen watching. So I'm saying everybody can just look at the little individual screen like they're playing on 4 handhelds, like a DS or something. And I think if this whole screen thing is true, I think what Nintendo's trying to do is the Dreamcast thing and something along the lines of the DS. Try and use 2 screens to play a game. Like let's say you're playing Zelda, the map will be on the screen on the controller. Something like that. I think that's what they would try to do. But that's pretty much that's pretty much a summary of all these rumors. There's other small ones like some people were saying that it's going to have an HD projector in it, which is just complete bull. I don't believe that at all. But that rumor has kind of died down. So of course that's pretty much confirmed as fake, because none of these newer sources have mentioned that projector. So I'm pretty sure that's fake. And that would just make the console even more expensive. And so would this controller. So I'm not sure about that either. But guys, what you gotta remember is that this is Nintendo. And you got, they just always surprise. They always do the unexpected. They're random. They're really secretive. But whatever they're doing, I'm not worried. And any Nintendo fan shouldn't be worried, because Nintendo knows what they're doing. They never went wrong. With the NES, they didn't go wrong. SNES, they didn't go wrong. N64, they didn't go wrong. GameCube, they didn't go wrong. The Wii, they didn't go wrong, no matter what you haters want to say, because the Wii has the highest quality exclusives and the most sales. When you combine the games with the sales, you really can't, get on the system that much, people. But check the time. I'm at 13 minutes. But yeah, that's pretty much all the rumors I've read. There's some other smaller ones, but like I said, I won't even bother to mention those, because they've only been mentioned once or twice, which pretty much means confirms them as fake. There hasn't been any double confirmation or anything like that. But I guess we'll just have to wait till E3 2011. Oh, and there's some rumors saying that Nintendo has shown the Wii 2 to big publishers like EA and Ubisoft and Activision. And they're talking to Rockstar, trying to get some Rockstar support. And I've even seen some rumors talking about how Pikmin 3 is getting moved from the Wii to be a launch game on the Wii 2. That's pretty interesting. And that's actually, I can actually see that happening. Because Pikmin 3 really benefit from, a stronger console's graphics. Because guys know how it has the whole realistic, graphical thing going. But That's the Wii 2 rumor roundup. Pretty much, I don't believe any of it except that, I do believe that it will be shown at E3, and I do believe that it will be released next year. But that's pretty much the only, things that I believe. Everything else, just gonna have to wait till E3 2011. That's for this video. I'll see you guys later.